Hello guys, this is Sanket Agarwal and I have recently completed a machine learning course using Python from Skyfi Labs. I found this course very useful to get started with machine learning. So, machine learning approaches can be divided broadly into three categories: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Here we are using supervised learning. In supervised learning, we provide computer with example inputs and their desired outputs, and the goal is to learn a general rule that maps inputs to outputs. Supervised learning has two techniques: regression and classification. Here we are using linear regression. Linear regression is nothing but the relationship between two variables. It gives a straight line, and the equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. Now, coming to the program, we have imported NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. From sklearn, we have imported this Boston house pricing dataset, and these are the attributes of the dataset. This is the table of the dataset, and this is our target column, and we will concatenate target column to the right of the table, features table. Here you can see that we have rounded off the values of the table up to 2 decimal digits. Here we will be using Pearson correlation to find out the relation between attribute and target for all the attributes in the features list. Here you can see that this list contains all the correlation values. Now this zip function will be used to merge the correlation values with their respective labels, as you can see here. Now we will sort this list with respect to the correlation values in reverse order, that is descending order, as you can see here. Now with the help of matplotlib's function, I plotted a bar graph here, and looking at the graph we can say that lstat has the highest correlation value, and we will be using lstat for x, and y will be our target values. Now we print both x and y values, so we can see that these values are not scaled, so it will be difficult for us to operate on these values. So we will use minmax scaler fit transform function to reshape these values between the range of -1 to 1. After scaling, we can see these values of x and y. These are scaled between -1 to 1. Now we have made an error function, an update function, and gradient descent function. Error function takes 4 arguments and return error. Update function takes 5 arguments and returns the updated value of m and c. Gradient descent function takes 7 arguments, namely initial value of m, initial value of c, x, t, learning rate, total number of iterations, error threshold. M is equal to initial value of m, c is equal to initial value of c, error values and mc values are two lists. Now we will call error function here, and it will provide error based on these values. If the error is less than the error threshold, then this will stop the gradient descent function. Otherwise, it will append the error values. MC values are provided by the update function, which takes 5 arguments and give the updated value of m and c, and these MC values are appended in the MC values list. This gradient descent function returns four values: MC, error values, and MC values. Now we have set initial value of m is equal to 0.9, initial value of c is equal to 0, learning rate is equal to 0.001, iterations are 250, and we have set error threshold to 0.001. Now we will run gradient descent function and we will found the error values, MC values, and most importantly M and C. These values of M and C are the optimum values. Now we will use these values and plot our graphs. Here you can see that this is the line based on the values of M and C of the first iteration. Now, as the iteration increases, the line will finally find the best position, and this is how it will look. Now, this is another graph based on the training set. This graph is based on error and iterations. You can see that the value of error decreases drastically for in the first few iterations, but after that the error is stable. We have calculated the mean squared error between the predicted value and target value. Now we have created a table which consists of x is the input value, target value, and predicted value. In this graph, the blue dot represents the test dataset and red dots are the predicted values. As we know that earlier we have scaled our data in the range of -1 to 1. So to get the correct output, we have to reshape or inverse transform this data, and after rescaling we found this table. This is the original values of x, and for these values you can see that this is our predicted value and this is our target value, and our predicted values are very much closer to the targeted value. So that's it. This is our model, and I really appreciate Skyfi Labs for providing this easy to understand course. Thanks for watching the video.